Woo! I'm excited to be here tonight with you. Hopefully, you're having a very productive week. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit about a chatbot, what the heck it's all about. We're building out one right now for a buddy of mine who is a life insurance agent. He's an insurance agent, and he's doing great things and just amazing to be able to help him in such a way. And if you guys are jumping into the live stream, let me know where you're watching from, what platform you're seeing this from, because we're over here airing on the Facebook page, in the group, on the YouTube channel, and on Periscope. So if you're jumping in, there's some instructions. If you want to conversate back and forth, and I know exactly who you are. If you don't, there's a link above this video. There should be where you can connect with and actually comment, and then that way I can see it right here on my dashboard. So let me know if you have any questions as I'm sharing some of this. But what is a chatbot? What can it do? How can it produce revenue? And it's something that a lot of people have either shunned away from, they're not sure about, or they're just really kind of scared or sketchy about it, because a lot of people have jumped into the chatbot industry in the game for automation, but they don't know much about sales processes. And so they're building out automation by shooting in the dark. And if you're looking for somebody who is a chatbot developer, designer, someone, these are some key essential things to look for. But before we do that, guys, jump in and comment. Let me know where you're watching from, and also hit the share button if you are curious or you know somebody that's curious about automation or needs some help in that area to make more time for their priorities. Tag them and share this below. But one of the most important things to look out for is someone's background. Do they have actual experience when it comes to business itself? Now, for automation, you got to look at, we're honestly, where we take it from is a SWOT analysis. And so we look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. And we look at what area has the most friction in right now. Now, with that being said, what the heck are you, when you're talking to somebody, how can you spot whether or not they know what they're talking about? Ask them this really quick question. Is it how would you build a chatbot to impersonate a human being? Now, if they start to expand on that and explain how they would do that, they're not your guy or gal. Like, they are not the person to do that, because that is there's a couple states that will allow, but it's actually illegal to build a bot to impersonate a human being. So that, and also too, what are some areas, like what is some of the data that you can get from a chatbot? If they don't tell you anything about click-through rates, if they don't tell you about how efficient a chatbot can be delivered through a campaign. And ask them if they've ever built a chatbot campaign around a strategy without paid advertising. If they don't pass any of those three tests, honestly, the first one, it'll disqualify them. But there's some key quick things that you can kind of quiz them on to see if they know, because it's actually illegal for a chatbot to impersonate a human being, especially in states like California, and there's some other ones as well, but like New York and some other places. But literally, if that person's IP address tracks back to that state, and their laws say that it is illegal for a chatbot to impersonate a human being, you're going to get in a bunch of trouble unknowingly. And so be very careful. So with that being said, especially with industries like insurance, like with service providers, you got to be careful on what commitments that you're giving to people, your promises are, so that will fulfill and deliver on it. And if you can deliver on it, make sure you make good on it. And then also too, right, any kind of issues or fires that you've got. So it's all about doing good business and keeping your integrity. But one of the coolest things is, let me share my screen with you and show you some of the cool stuff that we're doing, because when it comes down to chatbots, there are so many elements. Let me just pull open this one. This is all right here. If you guys do not know Jason Connor, reach out to him. He's a good dude. He's up in Tennessee. But I'm just going to go ahead and pull open a bot that has been producing some massive revenue for another business up in Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee area. And one of the let me see. Oh, there's my doohickey right there. But actually, whenever I'm screen sharing, I go over to this screen. I cannot see myself. At least I haven't figured out how to use StreamYard to do that. And let me come over here. Oh wow, that's interesting. So I can't see any of that. So let me just come back over here so you guys can see everything here. All right. And so going over here, you're looking at different ways to actually grab leads and be able to convert people. Look at this right here. Honestly, when it comes down to it, ooh, that's some big honking numbers. Hang on a second. So up here, we've got opt-ins right here. I wish I could annotate on this thing or draw on it. That would be fantastic. So someone's messaging me. But with the opt-ins, we've got 238 opt-ins, and let's go back up here. The click-through rate was 75%. 75% on the click-through rate is pretty awesome, especially when we're doing guerrilla marketing, right? Which is really cool. Of course, right when I get on live stream. Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and mute this really quick so that way we're not getting blown up and you guys aren't getting dings like that nonstop. Bless it. All right. So sorry about that. Let's go ahead and dive back into it. And so one of the coolest things about a chatbot is that there are many ways that you could actually use them within your marketing, your existing marketing right now, and actually grab leads. You don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to do much stuff. This is a very perfect example. This is a link that we're using. Just a link. Just this little doohickey right here. Within using marketing, using some of the strategies, actually, I'm stop sharing really quick and explain it to you. Because when we're using a chatbot, you have to know like what's a good time to introduce it. Because if you don't know the time, fancy seeing you around these parts. I don't know who that is, man. Let me see who that is. I wish I knew who it was. There's a link in the top of the video if you want to comment. That way I can see who you are. Let's see. I have no idea who that was, but it's awesome to see you. Let me know your name because right now I'm using the StreamYard, and so it's only letting me see a Facebook user. I'm saying some very nice, awesome stuff. But with the chatbots, you have to know exactly part of your sales process you're going to use them in. If you can use them in the beginning part of your sales process to qualify people, disqualify leads, it's really save you a lot of time and close deals faster, right? I mean, think about getting the information. I mean, for starters, think about getting a phone number, an email, and their name and any like their birthday or anything like that without them misspelling it or miswriting it or having like writing with their elbows. You know, a lot of folks write with their elbows. And you're like, wish I could read hieroglyphics. But it's really unique to be able to have a bot that's introduced to someone and it's positioned properly. Because one of the biggest things for people, for one, they love convenience, right? I also want to not be pressured during information for a sale, right? But also too, they want to be able to get through it faster than 60 seconds. And when it comes down to a form, there's form abandonment automation too, as far as like, if you're using WordPress, if you're using WP Forms, if you're using Typeform, there's other automations on there. So if they leave, then you can follow back up with them via email. But of course, you need to get the email in the beginning. So there's really cool strategies on how once you introduce the chatbot into your sales process, you can actually have it create a ton of leads and actually do really, really well for your business. For instance, this chatbot, let me share my screen again. This chat, and if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Again, there's a link in this video to show you where you can actually go through, and that way I can see your name when you comment, because I am broadcasting on my WordPress Media Facebook page, the social media and chatbot system Facebook group, the YouTube channel, and Periscope. So if you don't do the link above, I have no idea who you are, instead of having to dig through my phone on Facebook or dig through Facebook on my phone. So because it does show me where you're coming from. So it's either the group or the page. So let me know where you're at. But let's just jump back in over here so you can see what I'm looking at. And one of the coolest things is being able to know what type of data you're going to get, because if you can understand the open rate and actually the qualifying rate, I mean, these are some of the stuff that I'm just going to zoom in really quick and just give you guys a really quick debrief, so that way you guys don't see all the goodness. So you can see here, these are some click-through rates that are pretty ridiculous, because thinking about how in the world can someone go through, understand exactly what people are interested in, and then adjust your content, right? Like, how cool is that? And so, and this is, we started out in this stream talking life insurance chatbot, but I wanted to share this with you. This is a very good example of someone who needed automation, needed more time in their life, but also too decided to act on it. Because even if you have a chatbot built, doesn't mean you're going to use it, right? And so that's part of the reason why we do so much training in the back end of our membership, because a lot of people are so busy that they need it built, know what to do, like the 1, 2, 3 step to do, and then go, which is understandable. But also they love it whenever they unwind. They're like, man, I would love to learn more about how I can enhance the marketing and actually learn how to do it first. And so we really have provided a lot of resources in that area, because we found some areas that really, really work, especially for service providers, coaches, man. Oh my gosh, those are so much fun to build, especially for like follow-up and everything, man. It's just a blast. Back up to 100% zoom. And let's get back up here. And if you guys, again, if you have any comments, let me know. And that way, fancy seeing you here. See, there's a guy, I have no idea who it is. Facebook user is fancy seeing you here too. When it comes to this data, these are some really cool stuff that you can actually track. I mean, think about this right here. What could you do with this data? Like right here. Let me zoom to, and bring it back down a little bit. Zoom out. Okay, here we go. And so, like, what could you do with this data? Think about 87 cent, 100% delivered, opened, and then 74, 65 of them click through. Like, and then they click through on what? Which means over here on the dryer vent side of it, the cleaning side of it, 57% of them needed that. So guess what? Adjust the content to that so you can bring in more in, right? And so it sounds super simple, but sometimes it can be the irony of life. Sometimes we can overcomplicate things. And let's see, you might find sweet. But one of the biggest things is being able to bring your sales into the process of where people can get connected with you, go through a whole challenge too. Especially when you can put together a challenge. If you can put together a challenge and put that into a chatbot and build out your loyalty side of it, it's a fantastic thing. You can see it really, really kick off. And so with that being said, I'm going to jump off of here. Hopefully, I know that I rambled. There weren't much people that were jumped on that engaged, but it is all good. If you guys catch the replay, let me know. If you catch it live, fantastic. But also, too, if you have any questions on the replay, I will definitely be monitoring this across the platforms, and I cannot wait to connect with you. And again, I'm excited to hear what happens in 2020 with everyone's business right now, because how everyone's adjusting is extremely important. But also, too, you need time, especially small businesses. You need time. You need time back in your business, and you need time back in your life. And so the faster you get appointments booked, qualified appointments booked, but also too, the faster you can close deals, the easier it's going to be. So that way you can start to grow and improve everywhere else as well. So it just, when you can tighten up certain areas in your life, boundaries become much easier to put in place and enforce personally. So that way you can mentally and emotionally right? So again, I hope this encouraged you. Hopefully you were able to grab some good nuggets from this, but just to kind of see some of the things that of the data and other areas that you can build out, and you can actually use and recultivate over into other areas of your business and your marketing. So if you have any questions, again, drop in the comments. Hope you guys had some good things, takeaways from this, and I can't wait to connect with you personally. Thanks.